All right, well, we're back from another break, and we have some more questions that were submitted by you guys. So again, we really encourage you, if you have questions throughout the week, any of the posts we have for the show, if you can post your questions in the comments, or like Megan had alluded to before, tag us with the hashtag Small Talk Cares, and we can try and search out those questions, and we'll do our best to get them on the show. I think it's really important to ask questions, and to know that these questions that you might have are questions that probably hundreds of other people have. So, I think it's great if we can make this show about what you guys want and what you want to hear and what you want to learn, especially during this time. So, the first question we have up is a pretty practical one, but I think it's a really important one and probably one that a lot of people are wondering right now. But how much screen time is appropriate for kids right now? Megan, I don't know if you have any recommendations or suggestions on that one.
Yeah, of course, absolutely. So a pretty big thing right now is that, it feels like, maybe kids are getting way too much screen time. They're spending too much time on computers, phones, stuff like that. But what is really important to be thinking about right now is not necessarily the screen time as a whole, but the quality of the screen time that they're getting. So, we are all working from home. We are all on electronics all day long, but making sure that instead of, saying, hey, yeah, you're done with your schoolwork, go ahead and play this game or whatever, instead of maybe having a looser kind of free time, making sure that it's a little bit more kind of structured. So instead of going and playing Fortnite or something like that, introducing some different kind of like academic games that kids can be playing to be able to still be building their brains and making sure that they're able to retain information that they're learning from school. And even, some of the games that you can find online are really helpful when it comes to like retention, because learning for many kids is really easy when it's something that they love, like technology, any kind of tablets or things like that. So making sure that, you can still kind of monitor, making sure that we're still getting outside, playing outside, doing work outside, incorporating learning with being outdoors. So having different physical activities like hopscotch, but multiplication hopscotch or addition hopscotch or something like that. But not being super concerned really with the amount of screen time that they're getting, but the quality of it. So limiting sort of like the mindless scrolling through social media, start playing a Sudoku on your phone or a word search or things like that, that will all kind of help relax your body, and just still being able to learn and keeping your brain strong without being really too bored or things like that.
And muted this time. That's a great answer. Because I mean, some of it is kids are on screens out of necessity too, right? I mean, when they're doing their Zoom meetings with their classes, they have to be in front of the screen. So I think your point of it being like really, good quality stuff. There's a lot of, rabbit holes all of us can fall down on the internet and on computers and video games and things like that. But if we really kind of make a concerted effort to do, find some really positive and like, educationally, stimulating activities, for, especially for the situation that we're in right now, that's probably the best thing that we can do. If we don't have always being able to go outside and do other activities as an option that can be stimulating for us in a really positive way. So that's great. All right, cool. All right, so our next question is, again, another, I think, one that a lot of people are probably asking, and a really important one. How to explain to kids why they can't go and play with their friends right now. So really, I think, specific question that, again, as we had talked about, this is a really confusing time for us. I think there, maybe some adults who wonder the same thing as well. So Sarah, I don't know if you maybe have any feedback on that question and kind of how to talk to your kids about a really difficult thing to understand.
Yeah, sure. So there is a way, to frame such a hard thing like social distancing in a positive light when you're talking to your kids about it. And so one thing you can say to your children is, we're working together right now to all fight this virus. This is assuming you've already told them about, coronavirus, and that would probably be step one. But letting them know that this is something we're working together to fight, and almost framing it as like this mission that we all have together. And so, unfortunately, the virus does spread when we're close to people like our friends right now. And so I know it's so hard for you to not be able to see your friends in person, but you're helping to keep other people safe by staying at home right now. So it can be that simple. Obviously allowing them to ask questions about it. But also I would recommend, we're telling them about all these things that they're not able to do right now. And that's kind of the message that they're hearing from the world. And so also making a list together of what are the things that we can do right now. So whether that is, a virtual play date or drawing a picture and mailing it to somebody who you really miss, anything like that could be a good opportunity to remind them that there still are things that they can do to stay in social contact right now.
Yeah, I think those are great suggestions. Like, some of it is we have to kind of go back to things that maybe we had to do when we were younger. So like having a pen pal or, and there's like a level of excitement that you can get from getting a letter in the mail from your friend or sending like care packages to friends or things like that. I think those are all really great suggestions to kind of keep the connection open, with the understanding that we are doing this, to keep everybody safe, to keep everybody in our house safe, to keep our friends safe too. This is hard for everybody, but it is for the greater good at the end of the day. I think if we can help our kids understand that they're being heroes by staying home, I think it makes a really big difference for them and maybe gives them a sense of pride in doing their part to get us back to normal one of these days. So.
Yeah, exactly. And also, if you need any more assistance with explaining social distancing and the specifics of what that looks like, we have, from last week's show, we have some links to videos on our website that just kind of go over that in a really nice, like child-friendly way. So you can check those out too.
Yeah, great suggestion. Thanks, Sarah.
Thanks.